So this is a Coachman VIP 460. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake, which will take you through in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle with, on top of the gas bottle, you've got your gas on when you turn it clockwise, anti-clockwise, and gas off when you turn it anti-clockwise. On the bulkhead, you've got the gas regulator with the yellow gas shutoff valve on the side here, which isolates the gas supply should you ever need to if you have a leak inside of the caravan. When you're travelling, you always need to make sure this gas valve on top is completely turned off. So if you do have an accident, at least the emergency services can remove it. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your Aldi heating and hot water fluid. I'll take you through the heating and hot water system once we're inside the caravan. On each side of the van, at the lower side here, on the grey rail at the bottom, you'll find the wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while it is on site. You've then got your water pump connection. You pull back the blue trigger and push it into the side of the van and lock the pump in place. The pickup pipe itself actually needs to drop fully inside the ack roll prior to turning the water pump on. I'm just going to take it out for now, but you'd normally leave that in there with the ack roll down the side of the caravan. With the ack roll and the water pump connected, I'll show you how to fill the system once we go inside the van. You've then got your battery box and your mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. In here you've also got your motor mover power switch, which again I'll show you while you're here on site and demonstrate that to you. The wheel nuts will torque before the caravan leaves site, seeing so they've been tightened correctly. You've then got your two grey waste pipes coming out the side of the van. You'll have two bits of grey pipe with your startup pack that push into the side of the van there, then drop down inside the waste master. And that is just the water from the showers and the sink. From the shower, sorry, and the sinks. On the back of the van, you've got your two wind down legs again. As you can see, we've got one down for the purpose of handover, just to demonstrate how everything works. We've then got our toilet flush tank, so you'll open this up, and in here prior to use, you'll need to put 3.5 litres of water and a capful of the pink fluid. In the bottom, you'll actually find your toilet waste cassette, which we'll open up and show you. Toilet waste cassette, you'll pull up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck here will turn out 90 degrees to tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of this cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. In that cassette, prior to use, you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a capful of the pink fluid. On the side of the van, you've got your fridge vents. You never cover these up, you always leave them open so the fridge can breathe. You've then got a storage locker for underneath the front left-hand side seat, and then you've got a barbecue gas point at the front. Coming onto the inside of the caravan now, the first thing I'm going to do is show you where the water drain down valves are. So to fill the water system up, you're going to need to come underneath this seat on the front right hand side. As you can see, I've lifted it all up so we can see in there nicely. Then you've got two yellow valves. The two yellow valves, prior to filling the water system up, need to be dropped down to the floor. So you'll push that over and then push that one down also. And for winter storage, you do need to make sure both of these taps are completely open, with all of the taps open in the central position. So all the water in the system drains out. You don't want to leave water in the caravan over the winter, because if you do, it could potentially split the water pipes on board the caravan and also the Aldi heating tank. And these tanks are around £1,500 to £2,000 to replace potentially, depending on where you go to get them. So with the two yellow valves shut next to the water tank, you can then come over to all the taps on board the caravan, open them all up on the hot side of the water system, as you can see here, and you need to have them fully open. Obviously, we've got no water connected at the moment. I don't want to fill the system up when it's going to freeze again tonight. We'll open the taps up in the bathroom and the one on the shower. As you can see at the moment, we've got the shower head off. The van hasn't been cleaned yet, so I do apologise, it's a bit dirty inside. But you have the shower head off during the winter as well, so that when, again, if it does try to freeze over the winter, it can push any remaining water out rather than freeze, expand and crack the pipework open. So all the taps open on the hot side, and then with your water pump connected on the outside, you'll come over to the pump control switch just above the door here. Before I just run you through how to fill the system from there. So you have your master power switch to turn the power on inside the caravan. You have your internal lighting for the caravan on this switch just here, which will turn all the lighting off in one go. You then have your awning light for the outside of the caravan, and you have your water pump run. Now on the screen here, you can't quite see it because of how bright the screen is, but you'll be able to use the arrows. You will have some advanced settings. Don't worry about those too much. They are mainly for the engineers. You'll have your internal temperature for the caravan, and then you'll have your battery voltage on board the caravan as well. Like I said, I do apologise that you can't see it fully. It's just that the screen's a bit bright for the camera to pick up. And then you've got a home screen, and just in this top little left-hand corner here, you'll see it when you're here on site. You've got a mains lead symbol to say you've got mains coming into the caravan, and then you've got the current time underneath it. So, with all the taps open, your aqua roll connected on the outside, to fill the water system up, we're going to hit the water pump. Water pump will turn on. Once the water system is completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan. Once you're at that point and the water is continuously running out of taps, you can shut all of the taps back off, and then you're ready to warm the water on board the caravan. So, you'd obviously normally leave your water pump on once the system's full. It's got a pressure switch on it, so essentially it turns itself off when the taps are shut, and essentially then that leaves the system full. So, once you've got the system filled up, you can think about warming the water on board the caravan. That's where this little control panel next to the, or down, just down below the microwave to the left-hand side comes in. I'm just going to turn it off. So you'd always turn this control panel off prior to turning the main control panel off. Hit the power button, and it will take you through the loading screen. We're just going to skip that. What you'll see here on the home screen, essentially, is that we've got the heating pump running, so the heating's turned on. We've got mains power coming to the heating and hot water system, and then you've got the current internal room temperature. We're going to hit the menu button, and this will take us into our options for the heating and hot water. Now, this control panel only controls the heating and hot water, and that is the same as the power level, which I'll go through in a moment. To set your heating temperature, you've got minus or plus on here. 30 being the highest setting, as you can see just there. Hot water, when it is turned off, this little triangle here will be completely empty, so you'll be able to see through it essentially. When you've got the hot water turned on, bar halfway up means hot water's turned on. When this bar is completely full, it means hot water boost. So essentially what that means is the heat, it's got a 30-minute boost, and it will boost the hot water for 30 minutes so you can have a shower on board the caravan or warm it up to do washing up, etc. Below that, you have the amount of power coming into the caravan that the heating and hot water is going to run off. So if you're on a 3 kilowatt site, you can set it to 3 kilowatts, 2 or 1, depending on what caravan site you are on. If you want to run the heating and hot water on gas, or as a combination of gas and electric at the same time, you can hit the gas symbol down here on the bottom left hand side. The green light essentially means it's ignited. If it fails to ignite, it'll actually go back to a blue square, and it'll come up with gas fail on the bottom of the screen with 2 exclamation marks on either end. Don't need to worry about the activated functions, they're already set up for you. But in the gear symbol at the bottom here, you have some advanced settings, and they are mainly for setting timers for heating and hot water. For those, we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan, just as if I tried to explain it in the video, it'd probably take me 2 to 3 hours to complete. When you're done with the heating and hot water, before you turn the main control panel off, hit the power button and it will turn the control panel off. Microwave works very much like your household microwave, no difference at all there. I'm going to go over to the fridge next. We've left it on the winter latch, as you can see, but there is a little tab there that just locks in place at the top here to keep the fridge door open when it is not being used. Turn the fridge on with the power button on the left hand side. At the moment we're on the auto setting, so essentially what it's doing is it's seeing mains power as its first power source. To change the power source, you're going to use this little square on the left hand side. So you've got mains power off of auto. The auto will just select the first power source it sees, like I said. Now, mains pretty straightforward. You've got to be connected to the mains power on site for that to operate. You've then got 12 volt mode. Now what the 12 volt mode is from the caravan site you are, from the car you are towing with, the 12 volt supply from that car. Now it is not the 12 volt supply on board the caravan, and when you are towing down the road, the fridge will simply work as a cool box. It will not work as a fridge, and you'll have no temperature control on the fridge on cool box mode. You've then got gas. And very similar to the Aldi heating, if it self-ignites on gas, no problem, it'll ignite up. This will stay a solid icon here. If it fails to ignite, the fridge will start bleeping. It'll also start flashing a red light here in the power button symbol. To control the fridge temperature on mains or gas, you hit the button on the right-hand side here. and the more amount of bars you have lit up, the colder the fridge will be. Turn the fridge off, press and hold the power button, and it will turn itself back off. Light switches around the caravan, they're all individually switched. Hob, grill and oven all work very much like a household appliance, no difference at all there. Then coming into the bathroom, the last thing we're going to talk you through is the toilet system. Taps, etc. work very much like your household appliances again. Radiator in the bathroom. If you are going to have little ones near the van, just make sure they keep their hands away from that, because when they are turned on, they are extremely hot. And then on top of the toilet, you've got an electric flush for the toilet, hence why you need to fill that toilet tank up on the outside. You'll then have a red power light, red full indicator light, which will illuminate here when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see here. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from the side of the caravan, the toilet needs to be in the straight on position. Then below the toilet, you have a grey waste handle. You push the handle into the open position when you're using the toilet, and when you're not using the toilet, you put it back in the closed position. If that's not in the closed position, when you go to remove that toilet waste cassette, you will actually break the toilet waste cassette itself. So that is the Coachman VIP 462. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks again. Bye bye.